Something is shifting right now, and even though it feels chaotic or uncertain, this is actually a moment of creation. The tarot card for this week's collective reading is the Two of Swords, Two of Wind, the Crossing. Hey all, I'm Stefanie. I'm an intuitive energy reader, and each week I pull one card from the tarot deck to tune into the collective energy we're moving through. And then I explore how we as individuals can consciously work with it for more awareness and ease. It is happening. The connection is made. So the wind in this tarot deck is all about swords, the mind, of the mental concepts, of things we can understand in our brain first or our imagination first. So now with this card, the Two of Wind, one concept has intersected with another concept so that what we once saw was just one way, one thing, one thought, one avenue, one state of being, one mentality, so to say, has now intersected with another. And this is celebrated in the background by all the colors that you see, because now there's like a sparking or striking a match, The flame now is here, the flame of creation, because when we have one way of thinking, one way of doing, one road, one concept that we own, we have very limited abilities, very limited possibilities, very limited awareness. It's essentially like narrow-mindedness. And now when we have two ways intersecting, it's kind of like a vortex or a portal for more ways to come in. They're activated. It's like new potential. Now you can see them in the background with these colors and ideas and possibilities. They're activated, but they're not fully formed yet. We're not able to conceptualize them yet, but their energies are there. They are in our awareness, kind of like in the peripheral of our collective awareness. And we see the moon at the bottom of this card representing that these new possibilities that are awakening or coming into focus are in our dreams, our dream states, or dream time, or astral realm, not yet brought down and in. But it doesn't mean they don't exist. It does not mean they aren't real. And here we are, at a point where it feels like all is lost, or it feels like a devastation on all levels and everywhere you look, right? And it actually is not that way. It actually is a time of creation, believe it or not, based on this card. And I can't stress enough here, with the wind or the swords in these cards, I represent the mind, how we think about the mind. And it's very tricky in one-dimensional way we think about the mind. Like, oh, the mind is only what we think. And yes, that is part of its job, but the mind is also of the imagination, of the conceptualizing, of the dreaming, and of creation. It's a huge part of creating. It's not the only part, but it plays a huge role in creating. Making what creative force that is coming through us as individuals, or us as a collective, or us as a universe into tangible, real world, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional things, right? Building things, structures, physical structures, and how we live structures, how we think about things structures, how we view things structures. This is all of the wind, of the mind. And newness is coming in now. And for that newness to come in, we have also to acknowledge that all the other stuff is breaking down, and it's very destructive, and it's very scary, and it's very unstable feeling. And all the things that we are seeing on the news, right? In our communities, all the things we are seeing in our global politics and global structures, our financial structures, all those things, right? That we've kind of depended on to carry us. And it's not that they can't carry us, it's that they can't carry all of us, and they can't carry the fullness of us as spiritual beings here on earth. And there's more. And that's what this time is about, the expansiveness of the whole, the expansiveness. So there is more and more and more. And in a sense, we're starting from, the striking that match again, as seeing things very one-dimensionally, like we have for so long, staying in our lanes, not going outside of our lanes, in thought, in ideas, in who we trust and who we don't trust, who we listen to, who we don't listen to, what we believe in, what we don't believe in. And now we're moving past that. We're past that point of one-dimensionality of thought. So expansion of the mind, expansion of our realities, expansion of what we think can be true, an expansion of what we believe to incorporate more. Here we are. This is what we're working through this week. And it is kind of a messy place to be, even though it's super hyper focused in this card. The crossing of these two swords, the point of connection, a point of making a space for expansion or opening of a portal, so to say. And behind it is all the kind of messiness that is creation. Creation is messy. Creation is a beautiful mess, right? We have to go through the messy part to see more of the results or the final product, so to say, even though there is no final product when it comes to collective consciousness and creation. But here we are, the messy parts, and our tendency as humans is to put it in order, and it's just not ready for order yet. There's no order to this now. There's just sitting in the ability to see the beauty of the mess, the beauty of the possibilities that are coming. They are coming 100%. They are coming. And the beauty and sitting in the, I don't know how it's going to come through, or I don't know what I'm going to do with these paints, with these tools. I don't know what the end result is going to be yet. Even when you are creating something artistically, right? You might have a concept, but it's always has its own way of expressing itself through you. So that's what we're doing here. We are becoming aware of it all the states of being, all the phases, all the feeling, all the way of looking at things. And I just want to say it's not easy to sit and look at the whole of what's going on. It's challenging. It's very challenging. And nobody expects each of us to understand all of the parts. And that's what we're all here doing as a collective. We're all doing that. We're all understanding different parts of the whole, different parts of the parts that are coming through. And that's the beauty of it. And in a sense, it can't all be perfect. It just can't all be perfect. Okay. So how do we work with this as an individual, on an individual level? The two of wind, the crossing of the two of swords, the mind here, these concepts that are coming through. How do we work with this? One way to start working with this energy is by stopping and noticing the discomfort in not knowing what's next. And that is what we're really being faced with right now. We don't know what's next, and that is fucking scary. Right? So as individuals, we can start practicing or sitting in and relating to the discomfort of that, the fear of that, the I don't know of that, and still be living our lives in some way, right? So we sit in it, we drop into silence and notice the discomfort, or when you're interacting with the information or the state of the world or a conversation and you're noticing that's rising up in you, just to befriend it a little bit at a time and going like, okay, I see you in your mind. I see you energetically. I see you. I feel you. Okay. And it's just being with it, allowing it a little bit of space, because that's where you're going to really start to relate with the unknown and the discomfort of the unknown. Okay, another way to relate with this energy is to start to dream in an eyes open kind of way. And it sounds hard now and silly now, like time to do this, because there's so much suffering and fear. Yet these colors all around these swords are coming through this portal. The potential of them to come through this portal as great creation, it's not all going to come through, but there's a lot of potential to start to recognize that. And you do that again by just kind of dreaming up what you would love to see. And this doesn't have to be a big new world vision you're imagining here. This could be something like for yourself, like imagining you're on a vacation on a beach, or something that feels good to you, that lights you up, that feels exciting. That is a possibility, even if it doesn't feel like it is at this time. But imagining like the house you want, imagining the family you want to create, the community you want to create, the business you want to build, a friendship you may want to have, the money you want to have that's going to feed your family, the food that you're growing, the something even smaller, right? Like the coffee you're going to enjoy tomorrow, or the walk on the beach, etc. And you can imagine something big too. You can tap into those bigger possibilities. Absolutely. The only reason I say start with something small is because jumping from where we are in such fear and looking at all that pain that's happening right now outside of ourselves and inside of ourselves is sometimes hard to make the jump from here to like the big new world beauty with rainbows and unicorns, right? Which will eventually come, but it's not easy to conceptualize that from this space. So you start by doing a little by little. And it could be like how you want the food system to start moving towards, or the air, or something about the environment, and helping children, families, etc. Whatever it is for you that comes up, you just allow yourself to feel into the possibilities that are wonderful, okay? Because these colors are the possibilities that are around. And right now, we're doing a lot of feeling into the possibilities that are horrifying, because all we are seeing is a lot of horror. And that's easy to do. It's easy for us to just go there. And this card is asking us to lean in a little bit and trust in these possibilities that are beautiful, the potentials that are beautiful. Okay, everybody, I'm wishing you, like always, lots of love and deep awareness. And if you haven't heard, I have started a weekly live Thursday meditation space on YouTube. And it's just a space to do this kind of work, these exercises that I talk about in the Tarot Insights, just to drop in a little bit from the noise and just be together, holding space for that, being quiet and just seeing what's there with no intention other than that, just to hold space outside of all the noise and fear that's outside of ourselves. Everybody's welcome to come, and no experience is necessary. And if you can't make the live, please just sign up on my YouTube channel and you'll get access to all of the replays whenever you want. And these are good short meditations that you can stop, like in your car as you're waiting to go to work or go home from work, in between the things, just to drop into. My dream is that this kind of space becomes normalized in our lives, but not just doing it with me, obviously, but coming into a space of quiet internal awareness as a routine. Okay, I will see you all next week. Lots of love.